For Christmas last year, you very kindly gave me and Freddie a meditation course. I was a bit apprehensive to begin with because it wasn't something that I particularly believed in. But having done the course, I really do see the value in it. Trying to do it as often as possible. Not quite getting there, not quite doing the daily meditation I should be, but I really do feel it's helping. When did you get into meditation and how do you think it benefits you?
Without sounding like too much of a meditation freak, I actually personally believe meditation is one of the most important tools we have today to solve a lot of the growing problems that we have around mental health, normalized low-level anxiety, stress. You know, it's one of those words, because it's got a spiritual connotation attached to it, people have a sort of reaction about it. But if you actually just put it in its simple form, you know, when you work your muscles a lot, you stretch. We overwork our minds today so much, you know, the fracture of our attention, phones, work, stress, films, everything. This is like a supercomputer that is being overly worked and even, you know, doesn't get a chance to shut down. So it's like a muscle that's tight. And all meditations is really simply is an opportunity to stretch your mind and allow that pressure and tension to just reduce, and it enables you to be more present. And I think that for me personally, it's been transformative. You know, the way that I see it is, you know, the way I see us in a way energetically is that we're all like antennae walking around picking up information, and it's like what we experience, stresses and distraction, compound nervous system static. So it's like looking at a TV screen and there's a certain amount of static on different people's screens. But when you meditate, you calm that nervous system static and your picture gets clearer. And you start having a much stronger awareness of what you feel and what you think and what to do and how to sleep. And you just sleep better. And you know, it's like restarting your computer every now and again. You know, and then you don't have the spinning wheel of, you know, a lot of people sadly today are walking around with this spinning wheel of like, going on. You know, there's a rise in anxiety, there's a rise in mental health problems, there's a rise in addiction, there's a rise in suicide. You know, suicide being the biggest killer in men under the age of 40, I think it's a really strong statistic to think, right, how do we actually think out the box about what we can do to get people more self-connected? And for me, it's cheap, it doesn't cost anything, you can do it anywhere, you don't need anything for it.
You just need that initial learning technique of how to do it. So presumably, your ideal education system would also have meditation lessons
100%,
as part of it.
100%, yeah, definitely. You know, I think, but sometimes don't make it complex. You know, sometimes like with certain things, people go, if I'm not doing an hour, it doesn't. You know, or if I'm not doing half an hour, it's like no, just take 90 seconds a day. Anyone can do it. Close your eyes, focus on your breath, and just go, how do I feel? Just a little check-in. Something as simple as that. 3 times a day.
I think that was my thing that stopped me doing it as regularly as I'd liked. Is because I was told it's 20 minutes 2 times a day, and I just can't. Maybe should be able to, but I can't find 20 minutes 2 times a day. I would prefer to be playing with the kids if I get home. Probably my fault. I end up turning the TV on instead of sitting down and doing my 20 minutes. But if people said to me, actually, it doesn't matter if you do 1.5 minutes. If you can fit that in, do that. Well, actually, that makes much more sense to me, and it makes it a bit more easy to understand.
Well, it's like 5 minutes of exercise is better than none. But I think 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, you'll feel, if you do that for a few months, by God, you know, when I did it, when I first started meditating, I did that for like 6 months, and my eyesight got better, my hearing got better, my taste buds, I slept well, I felt energized. Anytime I was like running from meeting to meeting and I was tired and it was in the afternoon, I would just close my eyes in the taxi. And I'd come out and I'd suddenly have like I've just had a massive power nap. You know, it's such a great, freely available tool to anyone. And I actually think personally the science what is starting to come out about it, it's transformative. You've
also become a yoga instructor. Has that changed your outlook on life in any way?
So yeah, I did Vinyasa teacher training. 200 hour, I did 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. It was full on, and I think they do that for a reason. And I think for me, I've broken my neck in a car crash. I've got all sorts of injuries from living a pretty extreme, crazy life, and I've had ongoing issues from that. And I think spending a month really dropping into my body and stretching, getting in the line and core strength and breathing and just, firstly, just physically, I know I felt I still need to get back into it, but and I've got much stronger awareness, feel so much better. But also, I've always been quite interested in Eastern philosophy, and I've just resonated very strongly with a lot of the wisdoms that have come out of China and India and for thousands of years. But a lot of it was just intuitive for me through my life experience. I felt this kind of deeper connection to things. And when I did my yoga teacher training, I was like, wow, I didn't realize how much yoga is a natural structure of which some of the things that I've experienced naturally are kind of aligned. And I think when you get into yoga, your body, your fascia, all in your body stores emotions and energy, and you really start dropping in, and you clear out old stuff. And I think if everyone did yoga and everyone meditated daily, I think the world would be a much better place.
So how has that meditation and the yoga courses you've done translated into your family life? You've got a wonderful wife and 2 amazing children. Has that changed you in any way?
I think it's changed everything in my life, really. I think I now have a tool to connect to myself when I'm feeling fractured. And what it's given me over time, especially when I'm practicing regularly, is presence. I'm much less caught in my head, and I'm more in my body, and therefore I'm more present. And I think the biggest gift you can give anyone in your life is your presence. And so, yeah, I really did notice the difference, actually, getting home instead of, I meditate in the car on the way home from work, or I just had a way of rebooting myself. So when I get home, I'm with the kids and I'm present. And as anyone who's got kids knows, it's probably the most fracturing thing ever. It's the most beautiful, wonderful puzzle you could ever possibly do. But you're doing it all day long, and your mind doesn't switch off, and it's a sort of drain in a different way, mixed with the absolute amazing experiences of it feeling like Christmas every day for me with my kids. No matter how stressed I am or whatever's happened that day, I walk through the front door and it's like Christmas Day. And children don't know about all the grown-up things you're doing. All they really know is whether you're present with them or not. And I think, that's a wonderful gift.
Lovely. Christmas every day. I love that.